Could you imagine Biden doing this? I don't think so.
No, I cannot.
The first item that President Trump is signing is the rescission of 78 Biden-era executive actions, executive orders, presidential memoranda, and others.
And this was the first of many executive orders, and we're going to go through some of the biggest ones. We're also going to see how the media reacts to it, which is not in too positive of a way, and we're going to see how they try to spin it around to be a negative thing. It's Sean Daniel here. If you enjoy the videos, consider subscribing or supporting me with a YouTube membership down below.
Sir, this is a proclamation declaring a national emergency at the southern border of the United States.
That's a big one. A lot of big ones, huh? You know what that means, huh?
This is an executive order taking a large number of executive actions to secure our southern border.
Okay. Sounds reasonable.
And the impact of these executive orders are already taking place because in El Paso, Texas, they temporarily closed the border and have police set up.
Beyond this point will result in the arrest, prosecution, and possible application of force.
We finally have some sense, security, and force at the border just after one day. Of course, there had to be one guy with the police shield upside down. Come on, man.
First, we have a list of pardons and commutations relating to events that occurred on January 6, 2021.
Okay. And how many people are this?
I think this order will apply to approximately 1,500 people, sir.
So this is January 6th, and these are the hostages. Approximately 1,500 for a pardon.
Yes.
Full pardon.
Full pardon or commutation?
Full pardon. We have about 6 commutations in there where we're doing further research.
Okay.
Nice to see you again.
And you, sir.
So this is a big one.
Look how many he has that he's got to go through on day
Anything you want
one.
to explain about this? We hope they get them. We hope they come out tonight, frankly. We're expecting it.
He's not messing around.
1,500 people. Six commutations.
He said he did not want to wait. People were like, do it a little slower, gradually do the executive orders. He's like, nah, we're doing it right now.
What is this one?
Withdrawing from the World Health Organization, sir.
Ooh. So we paid $500 million to World Health when I was here, and I terminated it. China with 1.4 billion people. We have 350 to pay. We have, nobody knows what we have because so many people came in illegally, but let's say we have 325. They had 1.4 billion. They were paying 39 million, we were paying 500 million. It seemed a little unfair to me. So that wasn't the reason, but I dropped out. They offered me to come back for 39 million. In theory, it should be less than that, but you know. And when Biden came back, they came back for 500 million. He knew that you could have come back for 39 million. They wanted us back so badly, so we'll see what happens.
Mr. President, you
Pretty
said
sad to think of it. China pays 39 million and we pay 500 million. And China's a bigger country.
And Biden immediately just runs back to the World Health Organization. No threat, no negotiation power whatsoever, despite how powerful we are. It was just cave, 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 cave. Stuff looks like it's about to change. Standing up to the World Health Organization? That's a big move.
This is actually an executive order designating the cartels and other organizations to be foreign terrorist organizations.
That's a big one.
Yes, sir.
People have wanted to do this for years. So they are now designated as terrorist organizations, foreign. And Mexico probably doesn't want that. But we have to do what's right. They're killing our people. They're killing 250, 300,000 American people a year. Not 100, like has been reported for 15 years. It's probably 300,000.
which I think gives them more power and more ability to go after the cartels when they've been listed as such an organization. Now Trump sits here and signs an order to possibly keep TikTok alive, give them an extension to secure a U.S. buyer or U.S. owner.
You signed it. Did you sign the TikTok order?
Yeah,
Yes, that was just signed.
Marco Rubio said yes.
just signed.
How many?
This next order relates to the definition of birthright citizenship under the 14th Amendment of the United States.
That's a good one. Birthright. That's a big one.
What about that one in the court? That one is likely to be passed.
Could be. We think we have good ground, but you could be right. I mean, you'll find out. It's ridiculous. We're the only country in the world that does this with birthright, as you know. And it's just absolutely ridiculous. But, you know, we'll see. We think we have very good ground.
He's saying very good grounds because there's going to be a court battle and court discussion and other things to get Congress to enact this, where illegals cannot come into the country, have a kid, and have that kid get citizenship, despite the fact that the parents have no legal right to be in the country.
The next item here is the withdrawal from the Paris Climate Treaty. Yes, sir. We're going to save over $1 trillion by withdrawing from that treaty.
So not only is he standing up against people within our country, the Democrats, but he's standing up to other countries as well that want to pressure us into these ridiculous agreements. And how cool is it that he did a victory rally after the inauguration where he actually signed these orders in front of people, in front of his fans? That's so cool.
Sir, the next item, as you announced in your speech, is a requirement that federal workers return to full-time in-person work immediately.
It's so cool he's doing this in front of everybody. It's so cool. Especially after being in a room full of hate in that inauguration room with so many Democrat leaders that hate his guts and have worked to get him out of influence, out of office, to come and get revitalized with a group of support in a big room like this. So smart and so cool for him and his supporters.
The next item, sir, is a freeze on all federal hiring, excepting the military and a number of other excluded categories, again, until full control of the government is achieved and we understand the objectives of government going forward.
Now let's hear how the media reacted to this frenzy of day one of Trump's being in office. And we're going to start even before those executive orders with Van Jones, my favorite buddy.
Look, a lot of talk about America first. I hear from my friends in the conservative movement. Today, Joe Biden's putting America first. This is a tough day. You saw him put his hand on the car. It's heartbreaking. He's actually giving Donald Trump not just the dignity of a good transition, he's giving him a pretty decent economy. Things are healing. They're moving in the right direction. He's put in place some things. There's going to be a lot of red ribbons cut under the Trump administration because of tough votes that Biden got Democrats to take. So, I think it's an important moment. It's a powerful moment. Joe Biden, he probably stayed too long, but he stayed too long because he thought he had more good to do. He won't get a chance to do that good, but he's handing off a better economy than he got, and he's doing it in a more decent way, showing more decency than he received. If you want to talk about America first, that's Joe Biden today.
If you think that was ridiculous, wait for this.
A state of emergency is officially now in effect on the border. Does it feel like an emergency where you are standing?
Feels no different than 20 minutes ago or 30 minutes ago or an hour ago when we got here early this morning, Rachel. The one practical change that we do know that has gone into effect here is that CBP One app that was put into place by the Biden administration, part of their effort, stated effort to have a more fair, safe, humane, orderly process at the border, has been discontinued by the Trump administration and President Trump. I have to say I've reported from this spot over the course of 4 different presidential administrations for NBC News and MSNBC. In the Obama administration,
You see how dishonest they are with how they frame things? Oh, I see no difference in it. If you just think, you can tell it's an emergency. Oh, the smugness on your face is not going to wear off. But it doesn't matter because Daddy T is back.
Yeah, I think we should to separate the pardons that are happening today. So
separate
the
them.
reason why Joe Biden pardoned the January 6th committee
Here we
and
go.
other Milley and Fauci is because Donald Trump, you're right, he ran and people elected him. He said he was going to seek retribution. Now, retribution is not a part of the Constitution, right? So we put those in place. I think it's unfortunate that he pardoned his family today. I am a Democrat. I think that it does cloud what he did so I think you should bifurcate those two. And then I think the pardons for January 6th are completely different. The reason why today feels so abnormal is because of what happened last year or 4 years ago on January 6th, something that none of us in our lifetime have ever seen. So on your day one, when you talked about, not you, Michael, but Donald Trump talks about lowering the cost of eggs, what you do is you let people out who undermined our Constitution, who undermined the election, who undermined people who felt like their life was not better under Donald Trump in 2020. They felt like they wanted a different 4 years, and that's why they elected Joe Biden. So I want to put those pardons in separate buckets, and I think we should be talking about them differently because they are not all pardons are not created equal, in my opinion.
So they're not created equal, but as always, it's never a negative on the Democrat side. It was always a positive light why Biden did the pardons, but a negative one why Trump did the pardons. You're telling me there's not fishy stuff that went on with that January 6th committee?
Donald Trump is going to go, and before he even gets back to the White House, it's reported that he's going to sit at a desk at the convention center and start signing these executive orders. Lawyers are already rolling up their sleeves because there will be significant legal challenges when he talks about removing birthright citizenship. That's not something that he can just easily do. It's a protection provided by the 14th Amendment. So I think that we're going to have to figure out as a country how to take a deep breath and as individuals and as communities figure out what kind of country that we want to live in.
Deep breath? No, it's time to move. And we already decided what type of country we want to live in on November 6th when we voted in Trump and we won the House and we won the Senate. We already decided. But you see the manipulative words they try to utilize in the media, which you're going to then hear regurgitated back to you by people you know. Oh, we need to take a breath and we need to relax. It's all a gradual brainwashing game. And none gets more ridiculous than the emotional brainwashing that we're going to hear from should be Oscar-winning actor Van Jones once again.
Yeah, look, I was prepared for shock and awe. This is just shock and awful, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, if David is 100% right, this could be interpreted by some people as a green light for right-wing political violence. That's not his intention, but it can be interpreted that way. Because why do you put people in jail? 3 reasons. You want to incapacitate dangerous people, you want to punish people for doing bad stuff, and you want to deter people from doing the same thing again. It looks like the federal government is no longer in the deterrence business when it comes to right-wing political violence. That is scary to me, and I am a criminal justice fanatic. I love people coming out of prison. But usually, when somebody comes out of prison, it's not right after they beat up a cop. Maybe they did something else, and there's some idea that they've confessed, they've apologized, they've rehabilitated themselves, they've done some action, and then we say, now you get a second chance. This is a very dangerous thing that happened tonight, among many others. This is not shock and awe, it's shock and awful.
Now, were those January 6ers doing something right by going into the Capitol and pushing over police officers? No. But was there an instigated effort to get those people to go do that thing, and those people were never prosecuted? Were there police officers that were standing behind, letting people come in, and nothing happened with them? And the other reason you want to put people in jail is what, Van?
You want to deter people from doing the same thing again.
Which is maybe what Trump was going to do by going after Fauci, going after the J6 committee people who did bad stuff that impacted lots of people, but especially Fauci impacted millions of people, the stuff that he helped promote and get initiated as protocols. So maybe Trump wanted to prosecute that guy, go after him, to not cause the same or to demotivate someone from doing the same thing he did. And I'm going to end it on a positive note where not only do we love Trump that he's willing to move quick on these executive orders, but look at the way he did it in the arena with his supporters and at the end doing this. Tossing the pens, giving them out to the supporters. That's cool. It's really cool. That's why we love him. He's a man of the people. Man of the people. So be excited, be enthused, because so many actions are already getting put in place and having an impact like we saw on the border. And as we get into day 2, day 3, this first week, it's going to be exciting to see all the changes. It's SeanDaniel here. If you enjoyed the video, consider subscribing or supporting me with a YouTube membership down below. Here's some more videos you can watch if you'd like, and I'll see you in the next one.